Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? We at the NICE conference are always extremely excited to partner with our friends at California State University, San Bernardino to host the NSA CAE Designation ceremony. To moderate and MC the next session, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Tony Coulson, who is the Executive Director of the Cybersecurity Center and full Professor of Information and Decision Science at the Jack H. Brown College at California State University, San Bernardino. Please join me in welcoming Tony to the stage.
Well, I want to definitely thank our hosts at the NICE conference, the 2023 NICE conference. It's been quite a great conference. Yes? And it's at this point that we start our transition to the CAE Community Symposium. The CAE Community Symposium is an event that focuses on the now 409 colleges and universities that are part of the NCAE, the Centers of Academic Excellence program, based at NSA and their partners. A couple of logistical things that I thought I should just make sure everybody understands. That after today, when the NICE conference officially ends, there's a different app and also program guide for the CAE Community Symposium. So you should have received an email. It's about inventory. Make sure you follow that. That will tell you what the program will be tomorrow morning. As well, those coming tomorrow morning, if you're expecting breakfast, don't. Breakfast is on your own tomorrow, but we will be starting at 8 o'clock sharp. Okay, everybody good with that? Following our good instructions. I really look forward to the program that we have for you. And then tonight, immediately following the designation ceremony, there will be a reception with hors d'oeuvres right outside of here, and we look forward to spending some time to socialize with you between 5 and 7. If you haven't picked up your badge, in the meantime, you can also pick up your badge for early registration, and we have some research posters for you to look at. Every year, we designate new schools. This is the 10th CAE Community Symposium. It's quite amazing when I look back, because the first symposium we had, we were able to put together in 3 weeks, and we had 90 participants. And now here we stand, 10 years later, 409 colleges and universities producing thousands upon thousands of graduates, but also programs that go beyond degree-bearing programs, include things like certificates, partnerships into middle schools and high schools, and just amazing reach into our rural communities and historically underrepresented communities. What an amazing accomplishment. The next person I want to bring up is Lynn Clark, who generally does not need any introduction, but I also want to give a lot of the credit to her team and that program that they have created and the partnerships they've created to get us to that point of 409 colleges and universities, probably one of the biggest collaborations I've ever seen in academia. Lynn is now, her title has changed significantly since the first time I met her as a branch chief. She is now the Deputy Chief of the Center of Education, Innovation, and Outreach in NSA's Cryptological University. Lynn has 45 combined years of military and civilian service. And her team manages the CAEC program office and represent the NSA at meetings and events just like this. Please join me in welcoming the Deputy Chief of the Center of Education, Innovation, and Outreach in NSA's National Cryptological School, Lynn Clark.
Thanks, Tony. So wow, 409 schools. How did we get there? We got there because of you guys. A few years ago, we decided that we needed to harness the power of the schools, and we went to our partners and said, who would like to help us help the new schools? How many of you have been in the program for more than 10 years? Okay, you will remember that when you first designated, you didn't get any help, did you? Where's Karen? Karen Leuschner, sitting in the back, would answer the phone, and you would ask your question, and that was the grand total of your help. And some of you applied 2 or 3 times just so we could tell you what you were missing, right? And so today we're in a place where we have a very capable community that provides mentoring and advice and help and guidance and review and review and review before we finally get to, yeah, you meet all the requirements, welcome to the club. And so I want to especially thank these folks down here in the front row, Corinne Sandy, Stephen Troop, and Stephen Miller, for helping us do that so efficiently. For those of you getting your certificates today, Corinne and Stephen will be, one or other or both Stephens, will be providing you with a pin as you go off the stage. So don't blast past them. Make sure you stop and get your pin, shake their hand. I also want to be sure and thank all of our partners. I'm going to start with NICE, because were it not for Rodney Peterson and his staff and NICE, we wouldn't have had our first and second and third and sixth and 10th symposium. So thank you, Rodney, very much for all the support you've given us. I also want to say thanks to our the partners that we work with the closest, and that would include CISA, and you're going to hear from Elizabeth Kolmstetter here in a few minutes, FBI, Dee Bahati and her team. National Security Foundation has been exceptionally helpful with our Gen Cyber program and with many, many supportive grants that they give to CAE schools for things that support our program directly and indirectly. Our partners down at Department of Defense who really work very closely with us, and our partners at Department of Ed that we've been working on CTE and K-12 programs with. Many of you are involved in that. We're constantly cultivating new partners, so I mentioned earlier we're going to have an event in September, and you'll be hearing more about that, but we're going to have our new partners from Department of Energy and OD&I research there with us in September. So why do I love this program? I probably could have retired how long ago? How long have I been telling you guys I'm going to retire, right? Yeah, you hear the laughs. They don't believe me anymore when I say that. But I love this program because everybody in here is so dedicated and so committed to what we're trying to do to help the nation meet our cybersecurity needs. And I know you're dedicated because you put up with our tool and our requirements and the many, many hours you had to spend to get here. And so I always talk about the fact that our schools are different because they're leaders. You're leaders in your community, you're leaders in your university or your community college or whatever institution you're involved with. And that's very important to us. One of the things that has been growing and coming to the forefront has been the need for students who graduate with competencies. And for those of you who are in the CAE program, you're going to be hearing a lot more about that over the summer and in the next few years, because we have been working for the last 4 years on a couple of grants efforts where we went to all of you and said, we need to produce competent students, work-ready, competent students. Competency is more and more important. In many, many jobs, students have to prove their competence before they even get in for an interview. And that work of those working groups and your advice has come to fruition, and we're now working on how we're going to translate that to all of you and how we can help you do that. So ears up, you'll be hearing more about that this summer and this fall. Thanks to the work of many of you, we have been fortunate to have funding to offer grants and to help with some of the nation's issues over the last few years. We now have 50 coalitions working on a variety of subjects that are either good for academics or good for the nation. In those 50 coalitions, we have about 130 schools participating, and there are 33 different initiatives working. And when I say initiatives, I mean we have groups of schools helping teachers become certified to teach at high school and middle school level. We're working on faculty development. We've got schools providing sources to other schools and creating a curriculum library and repository available for everyone in the nation that needs it. We're working on competitions. We're providing K-12 education in the form of Ring, online, and in-person courses. And I could go on and on. We're doing community development. We're helping build economies in counties where people can't find jobs, and we're building programs around cyber to help solve that problem. Some of our newer efforts starting this fall, we're going to be sponsoring 4 clinics at schools around the nation, clinics where small businesses and small governments can come in and ask for help. And so we're both helping solve a problem in cybersecurity risk management, but we're also providing places where our students can go out and discover what cybersecurity work can look like and what that means to their future career and develop some of those competencies that we're concerned about. You heard from a couple of our programs this week at this event, and you'll be hearing a lot more about them this fall. We're also doing workforce development programs, helping transitioning military and first responders get into the cyber field, and those programs have all been very successful. So for those of you that are new, keep your eyes out. We start every fall with listing the new things we're going to be doing in the fiscal year, dependent on whatever funding we receive. And we'd be happy to have you join those efforts and be part of the program in that way. So I have to apologize. I am not going to be able to stand on stage and hand out certificates. We're going to have Elizabeth and Dee Bahati from FBI. I'm going to introduce you to Renee Weathers, who is our new CAE program manager in our office, and she'll be representing us for the certificates. When she'll come up, you'll see her later, yellow jacket. I don't want to fall down in the middle of the ceremony, so I'm going to be gracious and go sit down and let Renee have her picture taken with all of you. So thank you very much. Tony, back to you.
I wish I had a Bitcoin for every time Lynn said she was going to retire. But honestly, knowing Lynn as long as I have known Lynn, it's because of you, those of you that have been in the community, that she keeps going on, because there's a very important mission here. So thank you very much, Lynn. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Elizabeth Kolmstetter. Dr. Elizabeth Kolmstetter is the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency's Chief People Officer. In her role, Dr. Kolmstetter works closely with Director Easterly, Chief of Staff Kirsten Todd, and members of the leadership team in close coordination with the Office of the Chief Human Capital Officer and the Office of Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, and Accessibility. Please welcome Dr. Elizabeth Kolmstetter.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to take a minute to thank you for all of your work and your participation. It has been really a joy for me to join CISA about 5 months ago and learn about the importance of this program and the partnerships that you all are working with us. Of course, CISA, NSA, and FBI primarily, but this is really a partnership, and CISA is all about partnerships. And we really, really want to make sure that we are growing and contributing the right cyber professionals who will be our professionals and our leaders to take this nation to the state of security that we all aspire to have. So we really appreciate what you're doing. Please, if you have ideas and new ways of taking this to the next level, please reach out to CISA and all of us. We really want to keep growing this program. It's been so impressive to hear the growth over the years, but we're not done, and we need your ideas, we need your contributions, and so we're really open to that, and we appreciate, again, the partnership and really everything you're doing. Really congratulations to our new CAEs and our redesignated CAEs. It's not a small undertaking what you're doing, but that recognition, that gold standard that you have achieved is really so important to establish the kinds of standards that we need in the workforce of today and tomorrow. So just a pleasure to be with you here, and thank you again. Back to Tony. Thank you.
I would like now to introduce Dr. Deba Hadi. Many of you know Deba. She's been in the community for a long time. She is the Senior Academic Advisor for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And as personally, I recognize her as a true out-of-the-box thinker. I'd like to bring up Deba for some remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to congratulate all of you guys for such a hard work and dedication in going through the designation process. As a reviewer for redesignation process, I see the hard work that goes behind this process. So I don't want to take much of you guys' time. Just wanted to congratulate you guys ahead of you receiving the designation certificates. Thank you.
So those of you being designated today, I also want to welcome you to the CAE community, the community of schools, this kind of loose association of schools that we have with the sole purpose of collaborating and cooperating and sharing and just working together. It's an association of community colleges, it's an association of universities, but more so, it's not just the institutions that we're talking about, it's you, the faculty that are here. Raise your hand if you're the faculty. What amazing, amazing contribution that you as faculty are all making to the cyber workforce within this country, the passion in which you engage your students, the thought you put behind the curriculum, and so on. And now you're part of the CAE community, those of you being designated today. Think of it this way, you've just made a lot more friends, a lot more friends. With that, let's go ahead, and I'm going to invite Dee Dee and also Dr. Kolmstetter and Dr. Hadi back up to the stage as we progress with the new designees. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The National Security Agency, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation would like to congratulate the following institutions that were successfully evaluated against rigorous CAE criteria. They are to be commended for their outstanding efforts in cybersecurity. All of the designees today will either be a designation or redesignation for the CAE Cybersecurity designation. So I will call them up in alphabetical order by state. And for the designees, please don't forget to remove your badge before you come up to the stage. All right, let's start with Alabama. So we have two institutions. The first institution maintains all three designations, and they will be getting its redesignation for cybersecurity today. Auburn University. The next institution in Alabama is a minority-serving institution, Tuskegee University. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't think they're here. All right. Now for California, the next institution is getting redesignated. It's also a minority-serving institution, California State University, Sacramento. The next California institution is getting designated for the first time. It is also a minority-serving institution, Riverside City College. Oh. Here with Riverside.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, hold on for a second. Let's go back. There we go. We got Sacramento. All right, for Delaware, we have one institution, and it's getting redesignated, the University of Delaware. From the state of Florida, we have three institutions. The first institution is a redesignation, Dakota State College. The next institution is also a redesignation, Florida State University. The next institution is being designated for the first time, and it's a minority-serving institution, Palm Beach State College. From the state of Georgia, we have one institution, and it's getting its redesignation, Columbus State University. From the state of Hawaii, we have two institutions. The first is getting its redesignation. It's a minority-serving institution, University of Hawaii, West Oahu. The second institution from Hawaii is being designated for the first time, University of Hawaii Kapi'olani Community College. From the state of Idaho, we have an institution being designated for the first time, the College of Western Idaho. From the state of Illinois, the first institution is getting its redesignation, University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. The second institution from Illinois is being designated for the first time, Western Illinois University. From the state of Indiana, both institutions are being designated for the first time. The first institution is Indiana Institute Technology. The second institution in Indiana is Indiana State University. From the state of Louisiana, we have one institution, and it's getting its redesignation, Louisiana Tech University. From the state of Massachusetts, 2 institutions getting designated for the first time. The first institution is Assumption University. The next institution in Massachusetts is Simmons University. From the state of Michigan, the first institution is getting its redesignation, Henry Ford College. The second Michigan institution is getting designated for the first time, Michigan Technological University. From the state of Missouri, we have an institution being designated for the first time, Maryville University. From the state of New Jersey, we have an institution being redesignated, and it's a minority-serving institution, New Jersey City University. From the state of New York, we have 3 institutions being redesignated. First is Fordham University. The second institution in New York getting its redesignation is Pace University. The third institution in New York is also a minority-serving institution, Rockland Community College. From the state of North Carolina, the first institution is being redesignated. It is East Carolina University. The second institution is being designated for the first time. It's also a minority serving institution, University of North Carolina, Pembroke. From the state of Ohio, we have one institution that's being redesignated, University of Cincinnati. From the state of Pennsylvania, we have an institution being designated for the first time, St. Francis University. From the state of South Carolina, we have an institution being redesignated, University of South Carolina. From the state of South Dakota, we have another institution maintaining all three designations, Dakota State University. From the state of Tennessee, we have one institution and it's being redesignated, Jackson State Community College. From the state of Texas, we have a school that's being redesignated, and it's also a minority serving institution, Our Lady of the Lake University. Also from Texas, we have another institution that has maintained all three designations, Texas A&M University. From the state of Vermont, we have an institution that is redesignating Champlain College. From the state of Virginia, we have a redesignation institution, Marymount University. The second Virginia institution is being designated for the first time, Old Dominion University. From the great state of Washington, we have a school that's being redesignated, and it's a minority-serving institution, Columbia Basin College. We have an additional school from California, Cosumnes River College. And we have additional school from Texas, University of Texas at El Paso. So that was the end. We like to thank the Insight Center at Whatcom Community College, Stephen Miller from Eastern New Mexico University, Reduso Ranch Community College, and the National Resource Center seen on the slide. Would you all please stand? Yes, so we can recognize you. And if you mentored in an institution that was recognized today, please stand. We would like to thank you and any other CAE associates that have helped and continue to help institutions in achieving their CAE destination. There is strength in numbers, and by continuing to work together as a CAE community, we can grow even stronger. Please join me in congratulating all the recipients here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
What amazing showing. And hey, again, if you're new, welcome to the community. Welcome to the community. So just some basic housekeeping again for tomorrow morning. breakfast on your own. Registration will start at 7 a.m. If you have requested travel assistance, if your travel assistance was for just today for the designation ceremony, you need to make sure you go by the registration desk and we get a signature from you. If you're getting travel assistance or you applied for travel assistance for the rest of the conference, we'll also at some point need to see you at the registration desk to get a signature from you. Immediately following this event, we're going to have some refreshments, and we hope that you stick around and enjoy some hors d'oeuvres and some other things. And then the program will kick off at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Now, you saw a lot of schools, you saw a lot of states today. It's absolutely amazing to see the spread of the CAE program, which in its original form was really concentrated around the DC Beltway, and a lot of the schools were on the East Coast. But as you see, it is spread all the way across the country. In the program book that you're going to see for the CAE Community Symposium, I'll draw your attention to a map that is in there that lines up job openings with CAEs. So a national picture that you'll see in that program that lines up job openings with CAEs, and it's almost a perfect match as you see the number of centers of academic excellence schools and the number of job openings in an area, which means that the strategy that was really not really a strategy is working. What we did is we trusted the community. We trusted the institutions. We trusted the faculty who said, this would be a great opportunity for my students, and this is a way that we can all contribute. We also, as faculty, we listened. We listened. We listened, and we listened to our students. What are you interested in? But also we listened to industry, and we listened to government, and we reacted pretty quick. Every one of the designations that came across the stage today, whether you were mentored or you heard about the program or whatever it was that brought you here, think about the amount of work that you just accomplished in service to not only the nation, but to your students and to your institution. We in academia are often criticized for being slow and monolithic. And I know that you work at your institution and you think, yeah, it sort of moves a little slow and a little monolithic. But I'd say if you created your program and you're here tonight, you've just proved everybody wrong. You fought the battles, you moved quickly, and not only did you create an academic program, but you were able to get it certified by the National Security Agency, one of the premier agencies on earth in the area of cybersecurity. What an amazing accomplishment. Now, some people did it on the 10-year plan. Some people did it on the 5-year plan. I'm not going to say Skip Barry's name. I don't want to say that out loud. But some of you did it pretty darn quick. My own experience with this program is Cal State San Bernardino started out with 17 students in cybersecurity the first year we offered it. After getting the CAE designation and helping foster what was possible, and through collaborations and cooperation with other institutions, we're now producing 600 students, from 17 to 600. Thank you. I'm hoping to see the same for your institutions. Now, if you're the only faculty there, then you've got a problem. But I would say, I want to see the same at your institutions, and I think that if you sat there at the table right now with the experienced CAE schools, they would all have similar stories about the contribution that they've made. And also, as you're in the reception tonight and you're talking with the other CAEs, ask about their student stories. Where's that one student that came into your classroom and that you interacted with that's now on a completely different trajectory? Tonight you saw a lot of institutions that were MSIs or HSIs, minority serving institutions, and so on. We're a program that's not only about cybersecurity, but we're a program about social mobility, about changing the trajectory of life from one strata of the economy, maybe somebody that comes in through the community college, maybe it's somebody who was a displaced worker, maybe it's not the traditional student. And we're seeing social mobility as our students get picked up in jobs with industry and government. What an amazing thing that is. So congratulations to the ones that were redesignated, because you've been putting in the sweat equity for years and you're making a huge difference. And also congratulations to the newly designated. You've got a lot of work ahead and a lot of huge opportunities, as you're going to hear about in the next couple of days. So thank you very much, and applause to you. And now it's with great pleasure to reintroduce Randy Pestana, who will go ahead and close out the NICE 2023 conference. Randy at FIU has been an amazing partner. We have been working at this, working together with the CAE Community Symposium and the NICE conference for, I think, 6 years now, Randy, including a virtual one that we had to do in the middle of COVID. And Randy is just absolutely amazing, him and his team, and the work that they've done. So thank you very much, Randy, and I appreciate it. And I'll let Randy close this out. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Tony Coulson, please. Tony and his team has been amazing partners, and I definitely want to thank the NSA team, Lynn, everything you've done for our country and our community. It is not forgotten. It is remembered every single day by the people that you leave and you impact and you touch individually. So thank you so much, Lynn. One more round of applause for Lynn. So as we transition away from the NICE conference to the CAE Symposium, I do want to leave you with some closing thoughts and some closing remarks. It has been a phenomenal discussion over these past 2.5 days. We really discussed and looked into this idea of resetting expectations, because there is no cookie-cutter definition of what makes a cybersecurity professional, and the discussions and the conversations over these 2.5 days, I look forward to they continuing and not just being a small conference, but rather movement towards action and movement towards service towards your institution and your country. So thank you all. A round of applause for yourselves. So the photos you just took, I know that's a very popular question. They will be uploaded in the next 2 weeks, so be on the lookout for an email communication, as well as the presentations and everything else throughout these 2.5 days. They'll be in your email inbox. One thing you will also be getting, and it'll probably be in the next 2 minutes, is an email from our team on the Whova app to give us your feedback. We want to know what you liked. We want to know what you didn't like. And we want to know what can we do better to make this more impactful for you and the larger community at hand. So please complete that and do that. Definitely want to give a shout out to Rodney Peterson. Thank you for the partnership. Thank you for the trust in FIU and New America. Rodney is a true leader in this space, so thank you so much for everything you do. And I've gotten the permission to announce this, but FIU and New America has been re-awarded and will continue to host the NICE conference for the next 5 years. I also want to give a shout out to our sponsors who have been phenomenal over these past 2 days. Again, it goes a long way towards not just getting industry perspectives in the conference, but also making sure that we can reduce that price for the NICE conference as much as possible to make it most affordable and accessible for everyone that there is. Now, definitely would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to my team. Leon and the Full Circle AV team have been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you all for everything you do to make sure that we're flowing and moving from team to team. My team, I can't thank enough. They make me look really good, which is really hard to do. But Barbara Perez-Feronis, Jenny Rivera, Patty Sapero, the rest of the FIU team, thank you so much. Thank you so much. A round of applause for them. Absolutely incredible. And last but not least, we hope to see you next year. We will be in Dallas, Texas for our next conference, June 3rd through 5th. And that concludes the 2023 NICE Conference and Expo. Thank you all very much.